9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Let me just let y'all know, because it's been a situation. My AC has decided to not work, and my apartment's like, oh, y'all have to wait on the hottest week of the summer in Los Angeles. I am not happy. Anywho, I am happy to be on the show, and I am happy that I'm not alone. The PR princess herself, Courtney Rice, is in the building.
Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I know the feeling when you have no AC in the house, when it's hot. It's not fun. It's not fun at all.
That part. And my dog's like, I want to be right beside. She's literally sitting beside me, giving me all her body heat. Anywho, speaking of heat, the sweetest Oos is also in the building. Honey,
what's up, girls? How we doing? Happy Wednesday. How we feeling?
We feeling good.
Pretty good.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's been an interesting week.
It sure has. It sure has. It's funny you bring that up, because a lot of those things we're going to get into today, and I cannot wait.
I feel like there's like a crescendo with SummerSlam, and now, like, you know, it's like a slow, like we're getting ready for the fall type situation. And a lot of shenanigans. It's I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like I'm too tired to deal with all this. Like
there's like, it's like in-show shenanigans and also backstage shenanigans, contractual shenanigans. Oh
yeah, it's crazy.
Outside the ring shenanigans.
That part. Let's get into it. Let's talk about NXT. Did you guys watch NXT? And was there a match that stood out to you?
Ooh.
Can we talk about Lash Legend and Nia Jax match?
To kick it off, we might as well. Because that was the one I was excited to see. I kind of wished it was a main event, though. I'm not gonna lie. I know everything can't be a main event, but I'm just saying that was NXT weekly Tuesday night main event women's wrestling match worthy. I'm just saying, because to open with that is pretty damn strong. No pun
I think
intended.
it was a test. I think it was. I think it's a just even the presence of Lash, like how she walked in the ring and all the things. I think it was a test to see, you know. I don't, and I hate doing this, but I don't see her at NXT for much longer. I definitely see her getting ready for the main roster. And so I think, her having that match with Nia was just kind of like, all right, let's see how this is going to go one-on-one. How are you going to do all the things, camera angles, all the behind the scenes things that they don't talk about. I think it was, just let's see if you're ready.
It's basically, putting your toe in the water, seeing the temperature before you actually fully jump in,
Right.
She did have a solid performance, and especially the way she almost put Nia through the announce table, and you could see the look from Corey, Booker, and Vic Joseph's face when that announce table just destroyed.
She picked her up like 6 times last night. No problem.
Nope. It just felt like it was easy.
Problem. And I'm just sitting here like, you know what, Lash, I think, and you know what, I felt the same vibe, boss lady. I was just like, you know what, this is either a test to see how well she's going to do, or we're on the cusp of seeing the beginning of Lash Legend's exit and main roster call up. You know what I mean? Is this going to be a slow build? Because, now what's next after this, after Nia, right. You know what I mean? So I think it's really interesting to finally see that they're going to be building around Lash Legend going forward. It's just about which direction they're going to go. But Nia Jax is a great start, being that they've interacted many times before and in the Rumble. So it makes for a good story, a brand new story, actually.
Yes. Or do you think as a tester to see if they can build something around her?
That too. Yeah, true. To see how well she can carry, you know what I mean? We've seen Nia carry NXT, not in a way where she was like full Oscar mode or Shayna Baszler mode as far as championships go, but she was very dominant in her early years in NXT. So she was very the strong, silent Samoan women's assassin, and it was different. But Lash Legend brings that same kind of element, only she's, she's a bougie bully. She's got a little personality, you know what I mean? But I think she could go perfectly up there and fit right in with the Tiffys, the Jades, the Naomis, the Biancas, and, the Stephanies, you know what I mean? Going forward, she can be on that level when she gets there for sure.
I kind of want to, now that I'm like thinking about it, I want to see a Lash Legend run NXT, like a Lash Legend, I'm champion.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I kind of do want to see that too.
I want to see what that looks like.
You want to see how she's going to carry a brand as well.
Like how she did. I mean, she's doing well in the spots for Maybelline on socials and everything else. So I don't see why not. I wouldn't be against her being champion.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a good play, like dominating the roster. But I mean, then you have to kind of move some things aside. And as we see in WWE Unreal, they already might have a game plan for her already. Bosa saying Lash looks great versus Nia Jax. Let's be real, Nia wasn't going to come down to NXT to lose. True.
She's not like most girls.
Nope, that is true.
What else did you guys like about NXT? I mean, we had Joe Henry and Charlie Dempsey.
We also had Lola Vice. Oh yeah, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry doing what he does best. We also did have JC Jane and Fallon Henley taking on Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice in tag team action. Which, by the fact, you had Masha Slamovich and Ash by Elegance at ringside.
I was like, oh, okay. We're just gonna keep on stirring this cooking pot, like you're just now we're just letting the seasoning simmer. Okay, got it. Happily, because I think this is great for all the women in NXT. It still gives all of them a chance to shine, even whether they're tag team faction or whatever, or solo star. I think also having Chelsea Green in there is a really nice touch as well with the administration. So I like the direction that they're going. But I want to see my girl Kaylani stop getting these knees to the faces. We're getting real sick of this.
I know.
How do we go from the first inaugural Women's North American Champion to this? Like, you need to get rid of this. You need to get rid of this fake, version of toxic, whatever they are. Just get rid of the toxicity at this point.
Toxic attraction. Well, people call it toxic attraction.
Right.
Do you think it's because they really don't have anything for her? For Kalani?
I mean, you had that thing going with Jada and Lo, you know what I mean, with her back and forth with Jada. Like, has their beef ever really been squashed from that? Or
I don't think so, because I know last night when Kalani and Lola were preparing, Jada encountered both of them in the locker room, so I could tell Kalani still has some fire in her from Jada Parker.
Yeah, we definitely need to run that back with them, because I would thoroughly enjoy that. But I'm trying to think of who else.
Yeah, Dark.
That was my favorite part of the night. One of my favorite parts.
How can we forget? And we have Tyra May Steele appearing and completely dog walking Ethan Page in the Chelsea Green administration. And I was just so happy about that, because I'm like, girl, I've been waiting for this for you. So I've just been, we've been waiting in the wings. We've seen Jasper Troy, from LFG surfacing up and moving on up, going after the likes of Obafemi and everything. Now you have Tyra May Steele combined with Tavion Heights, which is actually a mixed tag team I did not know I needed.
No, but it looks like fun. They're going to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm happy for her, because remember when she first kind of appeared on the scene, she was kind of like shy, and I feel like seeing her in LFG. Yeah. Compared to oh my gosh, what was the other Olympian's name?
The other Olympian.
There was her and a guy. They came to SummerSlam in Vegas, and then oh Oh
It's
my
not. We're not
God.
talking about Holyfield, son.
No.
Mm-mm.
He
can't
actually
remember
was
the
in
name.
he was actually in NXT. Was it Gable? I think it was.
No, that Gable Steveson. That he was supposed to move up. He never really got anywhere at all. He just got signed, but never really got anywhere.
He got signed and he made a few appearances on NXT.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but
But it
him and
wasn't-
her were at SummerSlam together in Vegas, like right after the Olympics. They actually came into the ring.
yes. Okay, now I
And-
remember. I was trying to
and,
put
like,
a face to the okay.
Yeah, and he was like, you could kind of tell like she was very timid and all this, and then you kind of see her progression. You saw her appearances through Performance Center, all this other stuff. So it's nice to see. Like, I don't know if they're gonna run Gable back or what kind of like if they learned from him or this is kind of the behind the scenes that we won't see on Unreal that I would love to see, like what transpired where it's like they saw her, they want her. What was the like, okay, well, we need to get your personality. Like, what was the process to get to, okay, let's put you through LFG. And now let's get to let's get to NXT versus Gable, where you saw him, then you saw him in NXT, and then you saw a few like, oh, we're putting a ring and we're doing this, we're doing that, and then he got released. So like, what was the difference between the two? Those are the things that I would want to know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think this is a good fit. Well, I mean, at this point, we'll never know on that end, about Gable Steveson. But I'm here for this. I'm always here for Tay Steele.
Yeah.
Ever since that promo work she did against Bubba, where she was like, she kind of got like fed up, and she was just like, I'm done smiling and everything like that. She's in good hands. She's fine.
For sure.
Oh yes.
For sure.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Happy anniversary, Courtney.
Oof.
What? From Zach Minger.
Well, thank you for that. And then
hump day.
dun dun dun, the main event.
I guess.
It sounds like you don't care.
No, I do. It's
like with Will. It's like with Will. He's like, I don't care.
I'm fine with it. I just don't care. But I mean, there's just certain elements of Dark State that I'm like, about. I'm like on the fence, a little bit. Like, I feel like there's either something that there's either something missing or there's not enough of something. And I can't figure out what it is with Dark State. But for as far as the side on the right, this is a bomb ass team, if you ask me. Moose, Trick Williams, Obafemi, and the young OG Javon Evans. You literally have the past, present, and future of wrestling right there on the right hand side.
Yep.
All in one photo. And I will say, it was very interesting how they teamed up together, even though there were times Trick just abandoned them halfway through the match. There were times where it actually did work, but also Dark State picked up the win. Hank and Tank came in and attacked them because we know at Heat Wave it'll be Hank and Tank defend their titles against two of the members from Dark State.
I guess. I mean, I don't know where we're going with the tag team division for the men's in NXT.
I know. I
do enjoy Hank and Tank. I love
them.
But I'm just like,
where
I feel like we're back in the 2.0 days, and I don't want to feel like that.
Let's not talk about those days.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to remember that at all.
Where are your tag teams? Like, where's the rest of your tag team divisions for Hank and Tank?
I think that's in general.
Yeah, that's just in general. But next week, Tuesday, they'll be in Philadelphia. Next week, we pretty much have Fatal Influence taking on Ash by Elegance. We're also going to have Josh Briggs taking on Inamura next week in a street fight. And also next week, we have Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. And the winner of that match will meet Obafemi at Heat Wave.
Oh, so do we think it's going to be Trick or Javon for that? Oh, where did Courtney go?
Oh, my God.
I was like,
hi.
My bad, y'all. I picked the wrong button. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Go ahead.
I think it's time for the young OG. It's time for him. I mean, Trick, nothing against Trick. He already has a TNA title, and even though it would be great to hit for the best of both worlds, but I think it's time for Javon to go one-on-one with Oba. There have been a few times he did challenge for the title, but it's been triple threat, and I want to see how he does one-on-one with Oba Femi for the NXT Championship. We've already seen Oba versus Trick one-on-one.
Right.
It's time to see what the young OG can do on his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have to agree with the PR princess. I really love and enjoy watching the young OG. I think he has something great going for him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves a good David versus Goliath kind of match.
Yep.
We've kind of seen Trick and Oba a little bit. We could take a little break from that. Trick is actually doing just fine as a TNA champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody from TNA, you know, like it should be just a one-off, one-on-one or big main one-on-one for him and his title. So Oba, like Trick, if you're gonna go at Oba, you're gonna be biting off a little bit more than you can chew. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're saying that's a Trick?
I'm saying that's a Trick. I'm saying that
versus young OG.
Listen, young OG's hungry. He hasn't really gotten, you know,
He wants
a real good shot at a title opportunity. And in the meantime, this has to mean something to him. It's got to be here.
Not to mention with the fact Trick is facing off against Moose at Emergence this Friday.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, unless is there something that you're seeing in the future that we're not seeing? Is there? Maybe a double champ situation for Tricky?
I feel like that's possible. I just feel like I don't know, if you were to take away, I guess if you were just take away like the storylines, and like I would want to see Trick and Moose run it back. Wow.
Oh my
really,
God.
Cousin Ron? Oh my goodness. I was already like I shouldn't even say anything.
I wasn't waiting. I didn't want to be the one to do it. I was like, I'll let somebody in the chat.
I'm not gonna say it. Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Christopher saying Javon Evans is the one to beat. I mean that would be interesting. I think it'll change the game. And then what? So say that happens, and what's Thanks, Pachu. Say if that happens, then what happens to Oba? Do you think he's going to do a call up, or do you think there's going to be a run back?
After NXT, the minute this man drops this belt,
he should get a call up.
There's nothing else for him here. He's decimated this whole roster more than a number of occasions. I think we've seen more than enough. He's had our Rookie of the Year award that we've given him pretty much, and he's been champion for over 200 days now. There's nothing left, and he's literally carried this brand. He's ready. He's main roster ready. Give me Oba versus everybody.
And plus, it would be nice for him to help out with that either Intercontinental or United States title picture to kind of help out even the field a bit, to really bring out some challengers in there.
You throw Oba in the middle of Solo and Jacob. Child. Like screw this family bloodline. Knock your heads together. I get the pin. I win.
Yeah, you win. He's the ruler of the U.S. Like if he's United States champion, let him rule.
The ruler will come to the main roster very soon.
Who has the longest reigning? I think it looks like Adam Cole. 403 days.
Baby. For sure. Yeah, baby.
Oof.
Always trying to break records.
I mean, so think about it. Picture it like this, right? So we have Oba at 200 days, right? Say we have Oba now at 500 days coming into the main roster. Given his size, his dominance, all that stuff, that already paints the story for him
when he comes
the main
up.
roster.
Right.
Exactly.
Because nobody's gonna mess with him. No, like this is the guy you not. Once you hear those drums, you're done.
Right. Right. It just feels like, and then also too, I mean, Adam Cole's no longer with the company, so there's that.
Yeah,
so I feel like, and you know, I always like a good like long title reign, but I feel like in this case it might, as far as just already establishing the story without even thinking of a story, like it's. But the only thing is, and I'm still really bitter about this, is like how they did Asuka, and then she came to the main roster, and Charlotte just that's the only that's the only thing. It's like, don't give him all those days, and then you just kind of like, all right, well, you know, CM Punk's
there's quite a few people we could talk about in that kind of a situation with those same instances. I doubt though that Oba Femi I would doubt that they're gonna put him in that kind of light. Like, I just don't see that for him. Like, you
I
better know
hope not.
what you're doing and how you're booking this man. Sean does. Sean's doing great. Sean's fine with that. He's got he's taking care of Oba. Yeah. But I feel like TKO and WWE would be, you know, like, you know what I mean? They'll be impressed enough. They're impressed enough with Oba as is. So I think that it'll be fine. Now, really quick, before we move on, I just want to throw something out there because it made me think. Who's like, because we're all talking about like, what if, like, you know, 500 days or something like that with Obafemi, like, and who's the one to defeat Obafemi? Is the young OG gonna do it? What if there's like a former NXT champion that comes back, somebody who we haven't seen in a long time, somebody who can go against someone like Obafemi? So we haven't heard from him for, of course, personal health reasons and things like that, but he's been very, very quiet and very, very under the radar. I haven't heard a damn thing about him. And I'm talking about Mr. Bask in his glory, Mr. Keith Lee. I don't know what the situation looks like for Keith Lee right now or what life looks like for Keith Lee right now. But I'm just saying, if I'm calling anybody big enough to take down this Obafemi, this ruler, this guy, but we're not going to sit around here and forget about how Keith Lee ran NXT. We're not going to forget about that. As much as they want to try to make us forget that, we're not. So I think that, you know, when you have guys like Jasper Troy and you have Trick Williams and you have Javon, I think Keith Lee would be perfect, especially to be the one, because, you know, the company will be in good hands. He could revive his career again with still young talent. You know what I mean? Like, and Oba moves up. Yeah. I'm just saying, Keith Lee, you know.
I'm looking at his
in 500, and when Oba makes 500 days,
I'm looking at his social media. I'm just
500 days.
Somebody's gonna make a post about it. Watch. I always say it, and then I end up seeing it.
That would send a lot of shockwaves if Keith Lee returned on NXT.
And listen, I would be elated.
A lot of shockwaves.
So happy. But
we haven't really, and he hasn't really posted much on social.
That's what I mean. He's been super quiet.
Well, it looks, it looks like there is like well, you guys can go on social media to see all that, but yeah. Okay. I mean, I do like the idea. And Bosa's right. We haven't seen Keith Lee in ages, but that doesn't mean that there hasn't been talks in different places. It just really just depends if, you know, it's one thing in theory for him to come back, but is he ready to come back physically, mentally, all those things? Because, you know, WWE is a grind. Like, let's, you know, let's not, you know, let's discuss that part. Let's move on to Raw. What did you guys like about Raw?
This was fun.
That was fun seeing LA Knight return.
This was a lot of fun. From being security for CM Punk to being in front of CM Punk. If a lot of you remember, LA Knight was an extra, and when CM, but back in the good old day when a young 2013, 12, 11 CM Punk, and now he's face to face with the man as a megastar. Like, what's up? Now you get on my level, and I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love it too.
Yeah, it looked like CM Punk was like it seemed like he genuinely was having fun in the ring.
Oh, they were having so much fun. They were having so much fun together.
He totally was. I love that CM Punk is having this much fun. This is what we would have hoped that he would have been doing if he was still, you know, when he first returned, when he was in that other place. But, you know, no shenanigans. But here, you grow up and you learn and you live, and I'm just happy to see it. Even on the Unreal episode, talking about, you know, how things are different with him and Triple H and their relationship. CM Punk is genuinely at a point where he's just here to help the business, and he's just happy to be here. And I'm happy for that, for him.
This is so funny, Bosa. I cannot, and I don't know if you guys have gotten the same thing too. The amount of people. And if you guys look at my social media, my personal social media, I really don't post. I post a little bit of wrestling on my personal. Obviously, Women's Wrestling Talk is like my baby, so that's where I kind of do a separation in church and state. But the amount of people in my personal social media who've been hitting me up about Naomi, I'm not even gonna get in it because it's very.
That's not even our not for nothing. That's not even our business, y'all.
That part.
There's no shade.
It's
that's
not.
None of that is none of y'all marks going crazy on the internet. None of it is your business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I mean, somebody's gonna say something eventually.
Eventually somebody will. But everybody's just got something to say about it, and I'm like, okay, so if the situation is true, then so what? What about it?
I mean, it's nobody's business. I mean, if you really were that credible, you would have really kind of stayed out of it. And the only reason you want to report it because you want to report it first for clicks for that reason. Right. I mean, so what? And plus, the ironic part about it is her and Jimmy are going to be on Stephanie's podcast, I believe, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's airing
that
tomorrow.
too.
Sure
it's airing tomorrow. But all these theories, and I kind of know why. I kind of know why people hit me up, but y'all not getting no
because Naomi's your favorite. You advocate for Naomi.
Y'all not getting no information from me. I mean, at the end of the day, when they're ready to say something, both Naomi and WWE, they'll say something. So I'll just leave it as is.
Sorry, y'all. I just got scared by some struck lightning. That was really loud.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Boss Lady too. We're getting some storms today. I'm looking outside my window.
Yeah.
Well, I hope y'all stay safe. What are you saying?
And can we talk about Bailey's promo? Can we talk about her promo on Monday? Because I was ready to play Alexa, play Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max, because that just gave me chills and vibes with that promo. Because that's it with Bailey. Bailey, woo!
You got chills from that, Courtney? You think so?
I did get a little bit of chills because I feel like she is making it. I mean, not chills, but like something. Oh,
was that more thunder?
Y'all heard that, right? I know y'all heard that. That was loud as hell, and that lightning was right outside my window.
It's just like sooner or later, she looks like she's gonna snap and be 360.
Oh, I feel like I've seen a vignette like that before just recently. I can't.
Alistair.
I can't put my finger on it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, Bailey? What are we doing? Not for nothing. There's one thing I will agree with. I mean, I don't think the Bailey promo was cinema. I thought it was good. But I will say this, she was right about one thing. This is all her fault. For years, what have you been doing with damage control? To Bianca, to Naomi, to everybody else turning on Io Sky,
Becky.
The constant back and forth when Sasha was in the building, Becky, Charlotte, like, you know what I mean? Technically, Bailey, you kind of brought this on yourself, girl.
And most recently with Lyra.
Go ahead, go crazy, girl. Crash out.
Well, what do you think is next? What do you think is going to be when we see Raw again? Oh, the classes are coming on. When we see her on Raw again, what's the storyline to this? Like, because it's always great when you see them cut the promo and it's very interesting, or the conversation happens like, okay, well, what's going to happen next?
I don't know. I wouldn't know where I'm putting her yet. I wouldn't know. Because we've done the Intercontinental thing.
Yes.
We've done the faction thing. She's had the title. What is something that Bailey hasn't done yet? I can't really think of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or is the and it's on Raw. She's
on Raw.
She was on SmackDown recently, wasn't she?
Yeah. I mean, she could do the same thing what Sami Zayn did last week, because he was on SmackDown.
True. Main event WrestleMania. I mean, in order to main event WrestleMania, first you need a couple of things. One, the most important thing is you need a story.
Yes.
That's one.
I was just going to say, you need the
story that's going to draw and attract viewers.
Viewers and money. I wish I
Money,
had those.
yes, money.
Like
It's like
yeah.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, somebody. It's when you're looking at everything that's happening with WWE, and there's certain things that we talked about offline, which I don't want to kind of go into all of that. But at the end of the day, it's about, for all the things we agree or disagree on, or for things that we think WWE is making a mistake on, you have to look at the money perspective of it all. Is there a return on investment, and is it drawing the money? Because if it's not, then like you ain't it.
Yeah.
So that's you can want to, and that might be the case. Maybe that's what the promo's leading into. Because according to when we watched the WWE Unreal, I think they said they started planning. Well, they started planning the year in January, but they started planning in the middle.
Hi, said.
Hello.
Oh gosh.
Weren't
you supposed to be on the show on Wednesday? Said you told me on Sunday that you were gonna do Raw.
I heard he was supposed to cover Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. I didn't see any alerts.
Oh wow.
It's funny. He didn't even show up the minute Mercedes Moné lost, and he came in when she won 8 belts.
All this talk about
hostile
takeover and this and that.
I'm just saying.
Watching we watching you, Mayor.
And also, we did get a match announced next week. It'll be Penta taking on Xavier Woods next week.
Yo, Xavier, I think Seth was the one who posted it in the chat. Xavier with this letter.
The outfits are great.
The outfits are and they're great. And then I had hit him up and I'm like, yo, like he's like, I'm doing more cardio. And I'm like,
what?
How much cardio are you doing, sir? Because like the hat, the letter, like just so I'll be honest, I was not believing and I still don't to an extent, the heel New Day. But the way not buying it. Here's the thing. They're doing their own version of a heel, if that makes sense. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Oh man.
I can't.
But I just can't. I can't.
But go on, boss lady.
Continue.
It's a different version of a heel, and I'm buying into it. I like it because it's very much like there's some comedy involved. Like if you watch that whole promo and that letter, and he's like, "Love Xavier Woods," I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah, this is amazing." So shout out to them.
You know what else was fun from Raw?
That was fun. That was a really good match.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Match of the night. Easily. Roxy was taking some hits, boy, and some bumps, and Io was just giving it. And it was nice to see a women's match like that going that hard and for that long on a Monday night. That was nice.
And also, Will, I know he's proud of his client, Miss Roxy, taking up the win against a former women's champion, Io Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw what happened backstage. The Kabuki Warriors, there's fiction with Asuka and Io, and then Rhea, and Io telling Rhea to stay out of my business.
Yep. And then, of course, you still got those MFTs. Them MFTs want to just jump everybody on every show.
Well, we already knew what happened on SmackDown. Sami Zayn picked up the win over Solo Sikoa. So I don't know where this is going to go. And I was kind of saying this because I know you guys were talking about this on Kayfabe last week with this underdog story. And I said to myself, Sammy, go do what your daddy Mick Foley did. Just go do what he did when he won the title. Go do what he did. Just go do what your daddy did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. Rusev gave him a brutal beatdown, and then MFTs just came and just gave him double after that. It was, I don't know where we're going with this, but hey, this is the guy that beat Karrion Kross at SummerSlam. This is the guy that beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title and ended his streak.
And before we get to that, we do have some matches announced at Clash in Paris because Seth Rollins will be defending his title against LA Knight, CM Punk, Main event Jey Uso.
How do you think this is gonna play out? Because I feel like shenanigans have to ensue in order for Seth to retain. But it's just like it's stacked up against him. And then even with CM Punk, it's just like, well, are we going to give him something soon? Like, what are we doing? I mean, we gave him something, but
for like 2 minutes,
5 minutes,
but yeah, right. But it was more, like I said, I feel like they're treating SummerSlam as well, like WrestleMania, like where it's about making moments. And they did make a moment, giving CM Punk that win and that title for that moment. However, it's not the moment he wanted, and Seth completely ruined that. The storytelling writes itself pretty much. I think how this could play out in order for, because we know Roman's lurking. Yes. We know Roman wants Seth, and we know we eventually we're going to start building to that. I feel like a lot of these main event matchups are going to be locking in going into the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like they're slow cooking Roman and Seth big time, because a lot of people saying that we're saying that it was supposed to happen this year, but it didn't. They're holding off on it because that needs to be a big buildup. Like you think the hatred between CM Punk and Seth is harsh? Roman and Seth Rollins' hatred is a different kind, because they are actually brothers in arms. So I feel like there's more to that when Roman gets involved. So the odds are supposed to look like they're against Seth right now. And even though he's the one with all the power and all the glory and all the gold, and he's got the faction, he's got the vision. He did say a couple of weeks ago, he always has a plan B. Plan B has always been his thing. I would have asked him if he has something going down, going on after with this match in Paris, for sure.
And also with the fact too, not just WrestleMania, we're pretty much on the road to Survivor Series with War Games. So it's kind of like envisioning who's going to be involved in War Games and what are going to be some of your biggest singles matches in Survivor Series.
Yep.
We're pretty much on the road.
Yep. Oh, this is honorable mention. One more thing about Raw. This is honorable mention. Honorable mention.
Dom, yes. I'm sorry. And I put this in on Monday. I have a feeling Dom's going to walk away with 2 belts on Saturday. I have a feeling he may walk with 2 belts.
Now, you don't see now, I only half like this photo, but this is an honorable mention because it was a very entertaining match.
Entertaining.
I'm not with the El Grande thing. I'm sick of this El Grande thing.
You're not with the El Grande thing. I think it's great.
I think it's hysterical. It's great. Well, but I want to get down to brass tacks, because we all know that this man was Chad Gable. So how did he shape himself to being this tall and this thin? So I'm confused. I'm turning into Kevin Owens at this point. Like, with Ezekiel and Elias and this and that. And I'm just like, what are we doing? And then you team him up. And I'm sure Will and Dion were absolutely losing their minds for this, because you team him up with the greatest luchador to never don a mask, and he dons a mask. It's great. It's great. But Dominic and company, whoever you are, El Grande Americano, we need to come up with better ways to get these brass knucks out, because that was not attractive last night. And Dom, you put it in your mask, bro. Like that was just.
Where else is he supposed to hide it?
Your knee pad or something.
Dude. Also, wait. Both yes, lady. we will be covering Triple Mania.
Boss lady, damn
Saturday.
Well, he reached all the way down into his one-piece suit, into his tracks, into his shorts. Like he was in there for like a good minute.
He had to find it. He had to find it. At least he knew where it was.
Put it in your knee pad, dude. Put it in your knee pad or something.
So you were just upset that he put it in the wrong. You felt it was the wrong place.
It just completely grossed me out. It just completely grossed me out.
Yeah, but it got the job done though.
Oh God.
He reached you know what I mean? Like he was. It made me laugh though. It was just funny. It was funny, but for a lot of reasons, this gets honorable mention.
Yeah, I definitely do think Dominic's going to come out with another title, which again, it's one of those things that if you want to partner with anything, regardless, you always want to partner up. So this will bring eyes to AAA. So, I mean, yes. However, it's kind of like you have to be very careful with the company that
Yes.
you partner with, because the bigger company might get all the benefit versus the smaller company. But yes, we will be having a watch along for this, so stay tuned.
Nice.
Let's talk a little bit about Brock Lesnar, and I guess Ced is supposed to be showing up. He's coming in from the streets, so we'll see when he pops up. Do we have to say his name 3 times?
3 times.
Set in the streets, set in the streets, set in the streets. Oh my!
Name and he appears. I believe it.
Said.
Good people of WWT Universe, it is I, your mayor. I am back in the building. Embrace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the best 15 minutes of your life, consensually, of course, because I got an appointment at 4 o'clock. So,
is that what you tell them? And this is how
Mayor
has no kids.
Mayor coming in.
I mean,
what's up, Mayor?
he showed,
man.
Hey, don't blame me for not having children. Blame the people with no pullout game.
I mean,
control yourself.
You showed up on a Wednesday.
I'm here every day. Every day. Just in the shadows, in the Raptors, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's some things I want to address to the good people of the universe since I haven't been here in a while. You might have seen the news. The best women's wrestler in the world collected another belt. The future best women's wrestler in the world just inked a new contract. I negotiated that contract. It's a very incentive-laden deal for your next NXT Women's Champion, Miss Lola Vice. That's me. That kept her with WWE. So
we talked about her on Monday.
Otherwise.
We talked about her on Monday too. Congratulations. Congrats to her.
Yes. Well deserved.
100%.
Well earned.
The mayor has no recollection of that, Boza. We live in the present.
Get out of here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't know what happens in Texas. I've never been there personally. But I can't speak to that
this
state.
is what happens when you say Brock Lesnar's name, shenanigans.
There's a lot of things that happen in those red states. I tend to stay on the blue side of things. Maybe you should too. I don't know which way you swing, but I don't know what happens in Texas. I don't speak on the state of Texas at all.
Whoa. Brock Lesnar.
I said,
how's everybody doing?
We're doing good. Brock Lesnar. Brock pulling up on SmackDown.
Should be interesting for my watch-alongs. Yay, the Beast is here. What we doing? I mean, with the Beast. I mean, obviously, Cena's next. Cena's on his hit list. Or maybe he's on Cena's hit list. Can't really tell. Not sure. But all I know is that we have very few dates left for Cena, and we have new dates for Brock. He'll be coming the 12th and the 19th editions of SmackDown. Should make for interesting watch-alongs in the next couple of weeks. So I'll see you there. But as far as being
that was do you think that was planned?
I think so. I think this
had to be planned.
Part-time Brock is back, y'all.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, why else would he show up on the Blue brand? I mean, that's where he first started, the Blue brand.
That is true.
That's where he first started.
I just wonder what this is going to lead to. Like, is this going to lead? Because this is something probably that we've never seen before in this side of Brock Lesnar. This latest version of Brock Lesnar that we've gotten the last few years is a talker, and he's actually funny on the mic, and he's actually charismatic on the mic, and he speaks a lot better than we think in certain cases where he's actually gotten over with the people on the mic. But you're going toe to toe with the GOAT on the mic, and this is Cena. And so seeing an exchange on the mic with Brock and Cena that does not include Paul Heyman makes this very interesting for me as a viewer.
It will be interesting. It will be very interesting.
I mean, I think the Brock that we're seeing on the mic is also a Brock, and I think we can all speak to this. Say you are now the one controlling, like your home life is set. And it's like, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. It doesn't matter. You guys want me. And you want me on a very pretty penny. And now you don't, career wise, you've done it. Like you're not saying, oh, I need to get here, I need to get there. It's a good feeling when you get to that point, because then you're gonna say whatever you want. So, and I think Cena too. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting how this played out for SummerSlam for Cena versus how I thought it would have played out for the rest of the year. It poses something a little different. So, I mean, I still wanted to heal Cena for a couple more months, but I mean, he only has limited amount of days.
No, man. Bosley, you have no idea how upset I was. I was like, this man did not just turn back, and this is the guy I'm gonna see at SummerSlam. I get one last Freedom Pebble Cena. Damn it. Yeah. Damn it. I just wanted to see John Cena with the towel holding it up with the mean face. I was ready for that. I was ready. But I'm grateful.
Yes. What do you think, Sen?
Honestly, it still kind of hasn't hit me yet. I don't think it's needed. It doesn't feel like I don't want to say it doesn't feel like a WWE thing. It feels like trying to rely on shock value for something nobody asked for. I mean, people speculated so many other things for these last few dates, and I don't think anybody had Brock Lesnar as one of them. So, I mean, we have to see. I don't think anybody's anticipating like, oh, yeah, we're going to get such a great match. That match with Cody was probably the best match. We'll be talking about that as the best match of the year come December. And it might be one of John Cena's top 5 matches of all time of his 23-year career. Okay. So what can the Brock Lesnar story add? I don't think it adds anything. He's a part of some of his greatest hits, but I think this is more about shock value and ratings than it is a quality match or a quality storyline. I feel like they're doing this, and we know that they're trying to pigeonhole their dates around AEW dates. Now you have another draw. Oh, what does Brock look like on this show? And for your traditional, consistent WWE fan, is it really necessary? No. We could have had that with anybody else because people are going to tune in because it's John's final 8 matches. It doesn't matter who's opposite of him. People turned up for R-Truth and all that. So people are going to show up just because you're going to see the final lap of John, not because of who he's facing. So it's better if you can tell a story that somebody else can benefit from a year from now. And I think the only thing you can point to is that, oh, maybe this is Brock's final lap as well because SummerSlam is in Minnesota next year. You can tell that, but at the same time, like, is it going to be part-time? There's so many variables in here, but I would say, if I excited about it, no, just even killed. I want to see who's in the final match, but John already came out and said that he doesn't pick his opponent. He's just so that also layer of like, damn, that kind of sucks because the last match might not be anything special.
It sucks because they have potential ways to make it special. I've said it numerous times here before the whole thing happened at Saturday Night Main Event back in May. I was like, R-Truth. It makes sense. It should be R-Truth. He could put him, he could just put John Cena down, put down his childhood hero. It would be in a poetic form, very Shawn Michaels, Ric Flairish. And then you have John Cena retire and Ron, the Truth Killings, become a champion, the undisputed champion, unless because I was expecting Cena to still have that title by now, to even after SummerSlam. I was not expecting that 3 count to happen with Cody, but we're here now. Yeah, they had also another. I feel like they also had another potential with this too, and I'm gonna point this towards y'all and everybody in the chat. I want y'all to picture something for me. Picture being at SummerSlam. Picture John Cena waving goodbye to the fans. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. And he's whether good or bad, heel Cena, whatever it was, I guess it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we were going to be doing the same thing, saying thank you, Cena. He's turning around to go back to the ring. We heard Brock's music hit at that very moment. What if we heard somebody like Joe Hendry's music hit? Would that still have been enough of a draw to make the fans go absolutely insane? Me personally, I feel like it would have. And then you could draw up something where, because Joe Hendry has openly spoken in interviews many times where his dream match is John Cena. He only has a few dates left, and you got one shot to do it. Why not make it the last match at Survivor Series? I'm just throwing it out there, like as a potential what if. Would it still be as good if it was Joe Hendry as opposed to Brock Lesnar, like because of the shock value and all that stuff, like you know what I mean, and the ratings boost and the money drawing and all of that, and UFC relationships, whatever have you. Do you think that there could have been another person that could have been worthy of that moment other than Brock Lesnar?
The problem is the elephant in the room is I think everybody was sitting on their hands to see if it was Dwayne. And now we know it ain't going to happen. And it really ain't going to happen unless it's the final one. Like there's some repairing behind the scenes that we'll never know the depths of what's going on. Because I don't think they'll even put this in WWE Unreal. But there's a true power struggle going on. And whatever happened from Elimination Chamber to now that caused them to kind of scramble and do all this, John is the one that is suffering here in his victory lap. Because how is it going to be remembered? It's going to remember like, oh, you turned heel, but not really. And we didn't really care. But the beauty in it all is that he's getting cheered more than he has in his entire career, as he should have been this entire time.
Like
as he famously quoted this week, you deal him, I play him.
And even like the final SmackDown before SummerSlam, when it was in Newark, and the fans just went nuts regardless of what side it was on, like completely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing so it's kind of, again, going back to what we discussed before we got on the show. I mean, R-Truth, I would love to see R-Truth, and I would love to see Cena still be heel. But is R-Truth a bigger draw overall than Brock Lesnar?
Dylan, I agree with you right there.
It's really hard for me to say Brock Lesnar is Raw in 2025. Like that feels like more of an old kind of thinking with TKO, just because it's a name.
Right. Exactly. It's not a draw to necessarily us. I'm talking about, and I think it almost feels like kind of you alluded to this, honey, as well, and said that there's a little bit of a power struggle. Like, you know, when they did the deal with Saudi originally, and they wanted all these WWE legends coming. I feel with TKO and Endeavor, WWE is, you know, catering to essentially two different people, and there's money involved. So I definitely think
it's really the influencer celebrity brand, just because you can generate more views from people who don't really watch wrestling, but it's like, hey, I'm here. And it sucks to see it happen in real time, because we've seen it in other industries. We've seen it. We've seen how the NBA has pivoted and like the NFL. And now you're seeing it happen in wrestling, which has a very vocal fan base that's going to reject it. So, but as long as it's generating social media clicks, it's like for them, it's like, who cares? They're going to look at the actual black and white numbers.
Right. Well, how many people say that they were going to stop watching wrestling over the last, 10 years?
I mean,
the things that I was hearing leaving SummerSlam, when CM Punk lost that title. So one of my good girlfriends who I saw from elementary school, we always meet up at a lot of these events. She was like, I just heard this little girl saying this. I don't even know why I watch this stuff anymore. It literally breaks my heart. Like, I'm just like, guys, it's a show.
I know. It's just so crazy. You hear so many, even some of the worst stuff we watched in the last 10, 15 years. And people are like, I'm going to stop watching wrestling because of this. And it's like, okay.
Not enough, no, Bozo, you might draw a good point, because for the last couple of years, that's what we kind of been seeing, or what they want us to see, as far as like Dwayne Johnson and Paul Levesque. You know what I mean? It happened last year with the press conference in Vegas. They were in each other's face. They've been in each other's faces for years. You know, even now, like, I don't know, who knows what it's like in there now. I can't even imagine what it's like having either of them as a coworker or board member, business partner. It's got to be pretty invigorating.
It's just a power of two struggles.
So Ced has to get back to the streets. So Ced, give the people your handles so the ladies can find you.
You see those dots right there? I don't want to be found. I just don't worry about where I'm at. Don't ask for Monday Night Raw post shows and watch alongs. I said they're on hiatus until I say so.
Man.
Nobody asked for
With
them
that-
if you were the one making the announcement, sir.
That being
I
said,
mean-
I see a lot of chatter in the chat.
You,
about
you
my
told
client
me
loan
on
device
Sunday.
and
You
become-
came to me on Sunday and you said, I'm gonna
Something
do
came up. Something came up.
I
I'm
bet
trying.
something came up.
I'm trying. I
Okay.
see a lot of people in the chat talking about my client, and I will say this: I guarantee Lola is the next #1 contender for the NXT Women's World Championship, and if not, Hickenbottom, I challenge you to a fight.
Oh Lord.
Put that on record.
I won't even pay to see that. I want to see that for free.
Oh, please,
But,
please,
you'll
I'm
see
waiting
me
for him
around.
versus. I'm waiting
I'll
for him
be
versus
around.
Tanahashi. I'm waiting for him versus Tanahashi.
Rib gets it. That's my handle right there. The ... You might see me on Friday. You might not. But you can always say his name, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad you took the time out for my birthday party. I appreciate seeing you in person. So
I'll have some thoughts about that in a later show. I have a lot of stories to tell about that day. But,
Oh my goodness.
Until next time, everybody.
bye.
Bye, Seth.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh
can't.
my goodness, I can't.
The gift that keeps on giving.
All right. Do we want to talk Naomi, Natalia, Cross?
Okay.
What you
I'm going with the flow, boss lady. I'm down for whatever.
I really
Actually,
don't want to
can we
talk about that, Naomi.
actually I want to say, can we go through the preview for Dynamite first, and then we can
Yes.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Yes, let's do that.
Hello.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't realize it.
Wednesdays.
Timeless Elite Wednesday. So AEW Dynamite will be coming to you from Cincinnati, Ohio. They're on the road to Forbidden Door. But before they get there, they have to make a pit stop. So it will be Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, and the star of Happy Gilmore 2, MJF, will meet face to face after the
You did a really good
chaotic.
job there.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. But
It was funny.
after a chaotic brawl that they had last week, they will meet face to face, and I'm sure it's going to escalate. And I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line we will probably see Mystico, because MJF still has issues there. We're also going to have Adam Copeland taking on that weasel Stokely. I've been waiting for somebody to beat the crap out of Stokely. So hopefully we see
Stokely in a match. Why is this happening?
Well, this is his second match, though. This is so far it's the second match. So
Big Stoke and Cope. Okay.
Yeah, that little weasel taking on Adam Copeland. But I'm pretty sure FTR will be lurking, and I smell shenanigans in this match. We're also going to have Cincinnati's own John Moxley taking on Kevin Knight, who Will calls Leon Slater's long-lost brother.
This poor kid.
I know. Well, after the encounter outside the ring last week to help defend his tag team partner, Speedball, these two will go at it one-on-one. And I'm sure Darby Allin is close by stalking the Death Riders. He is stalking and he is lurking. We're also going to have a ladies match, trios action. The TBS champion Mercedes Moné teaming up with Tekla and Sky Blue to take on the team of my client Alex Windsor, Willow Nightingale, and the Queen Amanada. And also, I didn't put graphics up here, but there was 2 matches that were announced before we got on the call. We're going to have an all-star 8-man tag team match. Kyle Fletcher, the Young Bucks, and Josh Alexander taking on Ishii, Brody King, Hologram, and per request by that creep John Callis, would like someone from New Japan to join the team of Hologram, Ishii, and Brody King. So we shall see who Tony Khan and Tanahashi gets from New Japan. And we're also going to have a trios match. The AEW Trios Champion, the Ops, taking on La Facción Incomprenable. All this and more on the top of the hour with yours truly for Timeless Elite Wednesday, 8 p.m. on TBS, simulcast on Max. And is there anything that stands out in particular you guys are looking forward to see?
I mean, the women's match.
I'm not gonna lie, this right here actually looks cool to me. This looks like something I want to get into, because it's very rare you see a lot of women in one match on one card. Usually they just have a lot of dudes in one match on one card. So this is nice to see.
It's nice, but here's the thing, and maybe you
I
could
just want
speak
it
to
to be
it.
an actual match. It better not just be a bunch of chaos and unorganized, like botches.
Right.
You know, like messed up, like mess
She said
ups.
botches.
Like unorganized botches, because there's no such thing as an organized botch, right? Like whatever. But y'all know what I meant.
Well, here's the thing, and then maybe Courtney, you could kind of speak to this here. Like, it's a trios match, right? However, like, does the trios make sense? One, there's no trios division for the women, as far as I know, unless they've changed it recently. So there's no trios division for the women. So it's like, what's the storyline behind this?
Well, obviously, because Alex Windsor, she's going to be in that fatal 4-way match with Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. Obviously, there's been a lot of speculation between Tekla and Sky Blue against Queen Aminata. And also, if you throw in Willow Nightingale, it's been a lot of storylines. And I don't like it when they jammed everything. when they jammed everything in one, because there are so many storylines out there. It's just like, I don't want to see trios. I don't want to see 6-woman tag team match. I kind of want to see it, let it flow. I mean, of course, we saw what happened last week, especially when Athena and Mercedes look like they're going to team together. And I'm sure we're going to probably see Athena and Toni Storm, because leading up to their match, I mean, it's a possibility they could be teaming up together, since they have a common enemy in not just Toni Storm, but also in Alex Windsor as well. And also with the fact, too, Death Before Dishonor with Ring of Honor is fastly approaching. So I could see Alex Windsor and Athena go round 3.
Oh my God, special little nobodies. No.
Woo!
But this does look like fun, because I would literally watch this.
Yeah. It looks like fun. It's just kind of given how AEW is in the past and thus far. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, you have enough women clearly that you can have storylines. So why aren't we building to these storylines? Like, what's the excitement beyond the fact that it's women wrestling?
And also outside the ladies, I'm really excited to see Kevin Knight. I know Pete Will and everybody else always kind of dog shit on him the last couple months, but he has been showing a lot since he's been on AEW, and very excited that he gets to go one-on-one with Jon Moxley, one of the top guys in AEW, and seeing what he can do. Of course, we're going to see Speedball in his corner. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in there, and also seeing, as I said, Darby Allin is going to be lurking. He put out the challenge to Jon Moxley for Forbidden Door, and we shall see what his response is.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Mercedes, since we've talked about her having a match tonight. So she's appearing on, or she appeared on Show Marking Out and spoke about talent not having the desire to grow. If you don't love it, if you don't want to even try or grow or be the best, get the F out. Get the F out, because there's so much talent that wants the opportunity in a spot. I feel like she's talking about somebody. Is this, do you think that's what the case is, Courtney?
I'll let Honey go first, because I know she probably has a lot to say with her shades.
Well, I mean, if I'm just saying, girl, if you're going to just go ahead and put it out there, let us know who you're talking about.
Come on. You can't do that. Come on, Honey.
No, you can't.
All right. Well then put it in the work. Put it in the story then. Make me, just give me some dose of some kind of reality towards with the story mixture in it. But I guess whatever. I'm curious. I don't know who she's talking about.
Because I feel like, yeah. No, I agree. Like, say if I said, I'm tired of certain hosts showing up and certain hosts are always in the street. Like, you gonna be like, who's she talking about? She clearly talking. There's only about how many people are at WWT? There's only about 8 of us. So it's just kind of like, I'm not talking about some other show. So it feels like she's talking about somebody.
You're talking about somebody within the roster, somebody that you're working with. Probably somebody who hasn't wanted to, or maybe hasn't worked with you yet, or has worked with you and chooses not to, like for whatever reason, maybe resentment, maybe the 8 belts.
I can think of many reasons, but I can think of many reasons. I mean, that you might have said it, but would it have to be in particular about a certain loss that happened in July? I'm just saying, because the minute last week Renee interviewed you, you looked like you were going to go 360 when she mentioned that loss. I just want to see. I'm just waiting for that 360 to happen in a couple weeks, because even though you got belts,
you're waiting for that Mercedes crash out.
I'm just waiting for that crash out to happen, because it's gonna happen sooner or later. Because even though you got 8 belts, you're still salty about that loss. I mean, you want to say undefeated, but I think you're still salty about that.
I mean, I'm sure it's hard to have desire to grow when you just swooped right in from another company, take all the money and creative control for yourself. I mean, maybe not for yourself, but you have creative control on yourself. But you bet. I get it. You were betting on yourself. I respect it, but I'm just saying, in this perspective of a talent who has been in AEW, who's been trying to grind, who's been trying to be seen, and you just come in here with your CEO and completely stole my growth. Just saying.
But okay, here's the question though, right? Because you just said that. But at the end of the day, it's not Mercedes' company.
No, it's not.
So in order for her to be champion this long, and in order for her to have 7 additional belts, other companies had to co-sign on that. That's one. And then also, like, I mean, obviously I've never run a wrestling company, but if I'm telling my champ, like, yo, your time is up, we gonna put the strap on Queen Aminata or Willow, like, you can't tell me no. I'm paying your bill.
I'm paying you, right?
So at the end of the day, it's like we can say all we want to say about Mercedes. It's kind of one of those things, like we could say all we want to say about a badass child, but where her parents at?
Well, we shall see what she wants, because she's defending that title next weekend at Forbidden Door. But
I want to hit the button on Courtney's clip so bad, but I'm gonna stop.
But now, because I'm waiting, because I mean, sooner or later she's gonna have to. But I'm just waiting until once she breaks Jade's record.
Just how close is she to breaking Jade's record?
She should be almost there.
Let's see.
She should be almost there.
Mercedes.
Also come with the numbers.
Right.
I mean, that's a good goal to have. Like, if you retire and you're the longest running, AEW Women's Champion, Bosa says she's 65 days away.
Yeah.
So that's 2 months, pretty much by the end of the year. So she can maintain this by the end of the year, and say she goes off on her own terms, where she's like, yo, I'm out. She like done. Because how long is her contract with AEW?
Was it like
5?
And we're in year what? 2?
Year number 2. Year number 2.
What does AEW look like with Mercedes without any of those belts? If she were to drop them all?
I mean,
Bosa says she has 5 with the out in 3. I think at the end of the day, hypothetically, if all the things that have been said are true, meaning that Mercedes has creative control, where I saw reports saying that that's not the case, but it is what it is. Right. Say she has all of that, and I am Mercedes, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to drop. I would do the 3, be the longest reigning champion, and then like be out. Like, all right, well, I'm not wrestling no more. I'm going to, do my acting career or whatever. That's how I would, if I didn't want to wrestle at all anymore. And I've invested my money wisely. So I don't know. It's hard to, when you get champions, like even Athena too, when you get champions who have been champions for so long, especially with the name like Mercedes Moné, it's just kind of like, well, what do they do next? And then, you have people in the chat saying that she was talking about Britt Baker. I mean, I think of Britt when she was eating at like in the beginning of AEW and she was carrying that women's division. like I think there's a lot of different politics and stuff that's going on that we're not aware of. So you can always bring your opinion to different things, but
feels very catty. Feels very catty.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna say this though: when you get these champions there for so long, I mean, we all can't be the tribal chief.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
I knew she was gonna put that in there.
Isn't she? Doesn't it feel like she is?
No, absolutely not.
Who would be the tribal chief of AEW right now?
The tribal chief of AEW. Oh God.
The tribal chief
of AEW.
You
gotta be talking about some names like you gotta talk about names. Well, this is gonna be ironic to say because I know somebody's gonna give me shit for this. But Moxley or an Omega, like I'm thinking of it like that, a Jericho,
Will Ospreay,
earlier Jericho, a Will Ospreay, like those are maybe not tribal chiefs. I'm just trying to say like who has that stock, like you know what I mean? Like,
you have the stock, you have to have the stock, you have to have the mainstream appeal, and you have to who would be the name of if you're talking to a group of individuals who casual fans out of all those names you named,
you know what?
Who would that be?
I lied. None of those names would be who I'd mention. I would mention Swerve as a tribal chief.
Well,
I think Swerve in some circles.
I would also throw an MJF too, only because of mainstream wise. Like he has jumped over to mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, listen, MJF's been mainstream since he was on Ricky Lake.
Yeah, that is true.
I want to be a wrestler and an opera singer. That was so cute. It was so cute.
Bernard saying none of them have mainstream. It's not necessarily mainstream appeal. I'm thinking like more of, so for instance, I'll give you an example. I was at oh my gosh, Pound Town Wrestling 2 years ago or something. I know. And it was in West Hollywood, and they were still talking about China. I'm talking about more like one of those names where it's like, oh, I know this company and I know this person. Like they don't necessarily watch it all the time. Like who would that person be? I would think Jericho, but even Jericho, if you take him away from AEW, is he the list of names when you tell people you do a wrestling podcast or you watch wrestling, is he the list of names that come up? Because you know the main name that comes up is Hogan. Like let's not everybody and their mama, regardless if they watch wrestling. That happened to I think we were in Bahamas and we were talking to the TSA agent, and that's the person they named.
Oh God.
So like who would that MJF has been misused. I mean, I think with MJF being on Happy Gilmore, I think that could help, but do you think that moved the needle as far as the connection between the two? Like he had a good part in, like he was in a chunk of the movie, but do you like people? What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say he did. Well, here's the thing, because this is the thing that bothers me a lot, especially with AEW socials, because he did a lot of press tour promoting that movie. I just wish it was publicized a lot more. And also with the fact too, if you have not been following, he did win the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship match, which was during SummerSlam weekend, and a lot of people missed up on that.
So what? Well, I guess PR rise, Courtney. What's AEW doing wrong that there is no, like? I mean, yes, I say Swerve is a good name, but I think, and I might be wrong because I'm thinking of my social circle, right? When I think of radio and TV, the people that I follow, the people that I know, they've had Swerve on their show, but they're also into hip hop. So, and hip hop, it can be counted as mainstream,
it totally is.
Beyond that, like, white dude who has a family of 4 and his wife, and he's living in, I don't know, Minnesota. Like, would he know Swerve? As a casual fan, would those interviews reach him? That's kind of what I'm like. That's what I'm thinking about. And then I guess the follow-up question to you, Courtney, as far as PR, what can AEW do, or what is AEW doing wrong? You just named one of them as far as what they did with MJF. Like they should have definitely took advantage of the fact that MJF was in the movie. Netflix, what are you talking about? Yeah,
I mean, they should have at least
And the movie was good.
They should have pushed it, and also follow up with it a lot more. They should have followed up with it a lot more and talked a little bit more about it. And also with the fact too, I didn't realize it. Samoa Joe is on Twisted Metal, which is also on Netflix, by the way. No, it's on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Is that the problem? Netflix is WWE and Peacock is WWE. Is that the problem? Is that why they couldn't promote Happy Gilmore?
I hope not. Because Becky's in.
But they were able to promote Twisted Metal because it's on Peacock. But it's and they were off Peacock by then. Ooh.
Well, Becky did make mention of her, like, because I did see Nikki Bella in the credits, but I don't remember seeing her in the movie. But that's a whole nother thing. But Becky did make mention of Happy Gilmore. Now, again, Courtney, because you watch AEW way more than the both of us, did MJF ever make mention of Happy Gilmore while he's appearing on AEW?
He actually did.
Okay.
He did mention it on one of the watch alongs I did. He did mention that. I think it was like a week before or probably the week of Happy Gilmore 2. I was just upset that none of the announcers made.
Right.
I mean, I think Excalibur did, but I think it should have been pushed a lot more. And even like on Collision, they should have pushed it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a legal thing.
That could be, or maybe
that's got to be a very, very touchy section in the contract.
It's very, and also with the fact too, like it just sucks that they should have capitalized a lot more, because I think like MJF and Adam Sandler were kind of talking about it because Adam Sandler is a wrestling fan, but also with the fact too, trying to get him on AEW, but he was also in WWE, so that's like.
Yeah, but did Adam Sandler, has he made an appearance in WWE? I don't recall seeing him recently.
Or whatever, Rosie O'Donnell. You know what I meant, Terry.
Yeah, I actually think, now that I think about it, I can't, well, I don't watch commercials, so I might have missed it. But I feel like with Happy Gilmore and the Netflix tie-in, WWE could have definitely capitalized on that. And if not, AEW could have capitalized on that as far as the crossover. Because remember how much crossover they were doing for Queen of the Ring?
Yes, there's been a lot of crossover. Even like with Darby, because Darby was on during Shark Week.
They were doing it a lot on AEW, but not the WWE. Like WWE was vaguely doing it.
Not
like they weren't doing it as heavy, right?
Yeah,
no,
they weren't.
Didn't do it at all.
Well, I think too, it's the production of Queen of the Ring was more of a smaller thing. Like I don't think there's any money involved for WWE. Whereas I think AEW was a.
Like they brought the stars for Queen of the Ring at Revolution, and like you had Leslie Jones, who is part of SNL, sitting on the sidelines. Like
I remember that.
Like they should have capitalized that, bring a lot more SNL people.
Bernard said Becky mentioned Happy Gilmore. Like I do remember when she mentioned Happy Gilmore and she talked about it, but I'm just saying, like the cross promotions that WWE has done with other movies, and same with I just mentioned Queen of the Ring with AEW. Why didn't they do that? Or is it marketing dollars? Again, is it just having to do with the money? Like, okay, well, we're going to give you X amount of money to promote this show, whatever. Hey, Maria. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. And again, with the question that I did present to you, Courtney, we also have to take into account that, Hogan had decades of, compared to AEW. So it's not necessary, but like, I guess another follow-up question is, who do you think will be that mainstream media person for AEW as AEW continues to grow?
I mean, outside
of it'll be Swerve?
I could see Swerve. I mean, outside of MJF, I could see Swerve. Swerve is making moves. It's just, it kind of bothers me a bit because some of them are doing so good outside the ring. It's not being publicized as much. Like he was with Bun B, because Bun B has his own burger place. And Bun B was actually backstage on an episode of Collision when Swerve was feuding with Ricochet. So he is like making amends with some of the guys in hip hop. Like he took a photo with 50 Cent. He is kind of doing that in the rail. So I do think Swerve is a draw. I would like to see Will Ospreay jump
Yeah,
over.
Will Ospreay would be a good one. Maria's saying that too.
Wrestling has amazing stuff in the UK. Like, fans go crazy in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK, which is very wild. As I said, Darby could be a draw because Darby's done some stuff. He did Shark Week. He just climbed Mount Everest. He did something with Tony Hawk last year while he was in a walking brace. I mean, even in like in I can see like outside of Tony, Willow, and Willow was actually at the red carpet when they did a spinoff for Game of Thrones with Swerve. So she
wow.
Yeah, she's dabbled in stuff. And even when Castor and Bones they were together, they were on Food Network. They were really doing some mainstream stuff when they were together. They were doing a lot of mainstream stuff. So that makes me sad. It makes me sad. But yeah, Castor and Bones did a lot of stuff when they were together with the Acclaimed.
Tyvin's Tommy's Store would be a good one, but I don't.
It's just pretty much on her character. It would be Turner Classic Movies or ACM.
Yeah, her character won't. It's not necessarily gonna cross over. And I honestly don't think she cares about that. It doesn't feel like it. She just wants to do her job and be, I don't know.
But she is a draw. She's a draw.
She is a draw. I'm thinking of a draw beyond wrestling. The longevity of it all.
Who, Mercedes?
Tony.
Tony.
Oh, Tony, yeah. Absolutely. She's the
all
queen
right.
of performance.
Wow, that's hilarious, Dylan. I need to screenshot that. And
oh my goodness, I'll be crazy.
That's hysterical.
That's
hysterical.
Hilarious.
Well, the Beast Mortals will be in action tonight with La Facción Incomprenable.
Nice. Say that 5 times fast.
That part. All right. Well, I think oh wait, what's this thing about Shayna that said posted in the chat?
Oh yeah, Shayna Baszler. She was with Ariel Helwani today.
Her and
oh, I'm curious to hear what she has to say because now she's backstage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's in a producing element now.
They asked Shayna about our possibility of signing with AEW, and she said, of course, she's good friends with Marina. I have a lot of friends there, so there's been some discussion.
Special little nobodies. La Facción Incomprenable.
That would be interesting. Do we see? Can you see Shayna in AEW?
No.
Like, what? I guess. Do you think there could be a good storyline for Shayna in AEW? I guess that's a question.
If she was reunited with Marina Shafir.
No.
But
I don't know. Come back and make her the Queen of Spades. Like, or we'll come back out and make her the Queen of Spades. Take WWE NXT's formula and triple it.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on that one.
All 8 belts. That'll be funny.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I wouldn't mind seeing her be if she was up for a TNA. Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. I feel like Shayna Baszler is a good mentor though. She's very well-rounded in like with her social media and like what she's showing and like what her work and the martial arts and the MMA and the fighting and stuff like that and the training when she teaches her students. Like she's got some really good stuff going on too. So I wouldn't put it past, WWE to really utilize her as a trainer, even as someone who's talent and develop, being that she's been in their shoes before, like even Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode hasn't gone back into wrestling, but he's doing great making matches and in producer mode because
Abyss
hang up job.
Like Abyss, he's doing producer jobs.
Abyss as well. Abyss has been doing that for years now.
I know, yeah, but it's like now
Jamie Noble, Jason Jordan. That's what I could see. I don't mind seeing her in that element. I feel like that is her element, a mentorship element. You know what I mean? So I don't really want AEW to do anything with her.
No, I don't think so.
She said her goal is to be a producer, and I thought she was a producer. Am I incorrect? I thought I thought the news was that she was behind, but it wasn't necessarily official. So, all right, well, there it is. That was a delightful conversation. We also need to get Courtney ready for Timeless Elite Wednesdays. So with that being said, Courtney, where can everybody find you?
The people can find me top of the hour for Timeless Elite Wednesday. You get to spend 2 hours with me where we go over all the action, continue the road to Forbidden Door, where they're heading over to London, England. You can also follow me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 because I do have content happening. And yesterday was my 1-year anniversary on Women's Wrestling Talk. Hard to believe it's been a year.
Oh my gosh! Do you remember that first episode? You remember the first time
I was re-watching that episode too. I was like,
train wreck. Oh my god!
I refuse to watch myself. I refuse to watch myself in my first episode, or even like when I was by myself the first time. I refuse. I'm so much more fun now.
It was just crazy, but I stayed and I came back.
I kept apologizing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember if Kane was on that show. I can't remember.
Oh yes.
I was like, that's fine. I was like, that's fine. I stayed and I came back, and it's been a fun year. So feel free to check out that. Also, feel free, because this week interviews with Francine and Indy will be up this week. Just waiting for Boss Lady to pull the trigger on it because it was really fun interviews with the both of them. Also, a lot of stuff happening in the couple weeks for me. Make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling because yours truly is on the commentary side. But also, you get to see me and Honey at 90s Wrestling Con in September. It's going to be so fun. There are so many people from the 90s that will be there. Terry Reynolds, Dawn Marie, Raven, Val Venus. A lot of people will be there. So take a trip back in time to the 90s. And it will be super, and it's going to be super, super fun.
All right. Well, congratulations, Courtney. We are definitely happy to have you. Thank you. You stayed.
You're a trooper, girl. We love you.
Yes.
I know. I stayed.
And Honey, where can
you can't leave us now. You can't leave us now. You made a whole year. That's it. You're not going nowhere.
The only way it would happen, Tony Khan would have to sweep me off my feet for some odd reason. That's the only way Tony Khan would have to do that.
So Courtney, basically hand you a blank check. That's what he needs to do.
That part. That part. Where could everyone find you, Honey?
Everybody could find me. You know what? Find me Friday for Honey Night SmackDown. Other than that, you could find me at We Want Cross. Thank you very much.
We Want Cross, hashtag.
And this is a great book, by the way.
I thought you were going to put a said. I was like, I don't want to be found. So for you guys who are watching, and if you're listening to us, you can definitely check out womenswrestlingarchive.com. We're definitely looking for donations. This is going to be like a legacy project that Women's Wrestling Talk has. I've been really about, my dog wants to, I guess, talk about it too. I've been really passionate about pretty much any women's wrestling wrestler you can think of for the beginning of women's wrestling to now will be documented on this archive. You can just do a little search box. It'll be there. So we're currently raising funds for that. So it could be $1, $5 or more. So definitely check it out. So we really, really appreciate your support. Yes, Bo's interview. Yeah, it's.
Well, then, if that's the case, I didn't know that. You can find me there. That's for sure too. Yes, I didn't realize it was up. My bad, guys. I'm so sorry. That was rude. One more thing. You guys could check Women's Wrestling Talk, WWT Talk Pod on YouTube. My interview with Mark Henry, yes, the Hall of Fame of the legend himself from 90s Wrestling Con is up. So please check it out. Show your girls.
Definitely check. It's all up on YouTube. With that being said, you can follow me everywhere at tkTrinidad.com, or not .com. Well, there's a .com, but TK Trinidad on everything. Really, Beulah? And then make sure to check out Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at WWT Talk Pod. Great interviews. We have WOW. We're going to be doing WOW and LFG tomorrow, so you can check that on Thursday. We have our SmackDown on Friday. We're also going to be doing a AAA watch along this weekend, and possibly TNA on Friday as well. We'll see how it all goes. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.